Alright guys, hello and welcome to another amazing game here of League of Legos. So, I've been having some really good games today, and yes, I am running Flash. The reason why I'm running Flash is these Koreans, they really take this game very seriously. Like, if I play in another region, like NA or Vietnam or whatever, right? They never like 4-man and 5-man invade, like, all game, right? Like, I'll have 3 people invading me in my buffs at all times. It's ridiculous. So if you're running Ignite, you're basically a sitting duck here in the Korea server. So what we're doing is we're actually running some Flash, and I think when I'm playing on the Korea server, we're going to have to be running Flashes. But, I mean, at the end of the day, Flash is a really good summoner spell. It helps a lot in team fights. If you want to bring Teleport or Ignite, whatever, it's cool. And a lot of people want to know my runes. If you guys don't know, the runes are in the bottom left-hand corner, down there. If you look at them, if you can't see them, increase your quality settings and zoom in. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started here. We're going to be looking at this. Bot lane is not a very easy gank because of Braum. If they push hard for the level 2, I might gank it, but we'll see what we're going to do after we take these Krugs. Going to go ahead and auto this once with Eon. Auto this, and it'll die. So you can do this if you have 5 attack damage in your runes. Double strike, kill this. Alpha dodge the auto here, double strike. So let's take a look how this is doing. It's not gankable, guys. My bot lane's playing really aggressively, so we're no longer able to gank them. We're going to go ahead and start doing our clear upwards. The enemy jungler is an Elise. This is actually a jungler a lot of people really struggle with when they're playing Master Yi. I personally don't find myself struggling too much against Elise. I think the tenacity works wonders in terms of helping you do well against her. Oh, maybe I didn't even double strike that. But yeah, Elise isn't a huge problem for me. Yes, I don't... Oh, wow, she's over here. Okay, that was actually a pretty decent ward. We didn't get any vision of her, so we don't know her camps. Yeah, tracking a jungler is something that's really important that I don't nearly do enough of. Did she have a blue buff? I didn't even notice. I'm just going to backping that. I mean, I needed to know which side she started on. I could have totally looked at both of her buffs and saw which side she started on. Unfortunately, I zoned out, I guess. They're going to get ganked by Elise, though. I can actually feel it, and I'm going to feel really bad because they're going to ping the crap out of me. But that's okay. We're going to go ahead and clear this blue. Maybe she didn't do the blue. Maybe that's why she didn't gank bottom. But this also means that we have a free crab on the top lane. Let's kite this out a little bit. Oh, I thought I accidentally misclicked. So we're going to go ahead and grab this crab. And we're going to push it away from mid lane. Yeah, she did gank bottom. That's kind of what I thought would happen. Rip. That was close. So let's take a look at top. Not gankable. He's pretty low on HP. Sorry, Vladimir's low on HP. Malphite's pretty high on HP. Okay. Never mind. I did not see that one coming. That was a lot of damage. Oh, that attack speed's slow, dude. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, that meditate reset actually, or the meditate bug did not do me any favors, because now Irelia has a kill and Malphite got an assist instead of just Malphite getting a kill. I probably shouldn't have done that. Unfortunately, he did slow my attack speed. I'm gonna be honest, man, that was rough. That was rough. We could sit in the fountain, we could drop this pot, sit in the fountain, and get a attack speed dagger, but it is what it is in that regard here. So let's go over here and begin clearing from bot to top. Oh, yeah, by the way, so this is the Korea server. The elo is about Diamond 3, Diamond 2-ish. And that's why you're going to be seeing, like, less gank-centric. I think it's really important to definitely look at videos that are in your elo. Because those videos will... The way that you play in different elos is very different. So in a higher elo, I'm way less aggressive than if I'm in a lower elo. So if you're, like, trying to get yourself up into, like, Master, you know, just... grinding through the diamonds. These diamond videos aren't terrible for you. But I think that Korea is kind of special in regards to how they deal with Master Yi. If you take a look at any stat website, you can actually see that Master Yi has the lowest win rate in Korea by a pretty significant margin. And he also has absolutely no ban rate. Because in Korea, they actually deal with Master Yi very, very well. I find other regions like NA, Vietnam, Philippines, they're not so good at dealing with them. Just because of the way that the games go. Because Korea is a very early game centric region, so we have to do well early. Sometimes, of course, we can, you know, carry the late game. But for the most part, our performance is based on how we do early. And if we don't gank lanes like this, where he's like spamming for help, we'll end up with a situation where somebody's going to go AFK. So keep that in mind when you're watching the videos, that the playstyle is indeed changing. Uh-oh. Malphite's gone. Oh, he's here. Yeah, so we want to shove this in for Camille because this wave's like all like not looking too hot. Yeah, we want to push this into the tower. We're gonna force Malphite to not. Oh god, he hit 6. I'm dead, aren't I? Aha! Minion's helping me out here. Oh, I canceled my auto. Well, that was really close. Okay, I'm not too angry about that one. Though it does kind of suck that they got an execute instead of a kill down there. Now, we can actually use this opportunity to do the dragon, but I don't have smite. If I had smite, I would 100% do this, but I think I'm going to go for it anyway. Oh, no, Lucian's coming up. No, he's checking it, I guess. Yeah, okay, that's risky. He's going, like, straight for it, huh? He might even ward it. Yeah, we don't want to risk it anymore now that he might have warded it. We don't know if he actually did it or not. Okay, let's go ahead and go down here. So now we're down here. We're going to clear these Krugs. And then we're going to begin our clear upwards. Let's go and Alpha Strike. I think we should just go ahead and meditate. I probably should double strike before I meditated. Let's wait for it to hit us and then we'll release it. Hide it a little bit. And we should obviously be tracking the enemy jungler. So I was actually thinking about like doing a video talking about tracking the enemy jungler. Since I stream pretty much all my games. I spend a lot of time talking to chat and not enough time tracking the jungler. So I'm not very good at it. But I think tracking the jungler is definitely very important for increasing your rank. You should definitely be keeping a lookout for where they're at and react accordingly and help your team with that. So, like, you should be tracking what camp she has up, what buff. Like, you see her, you check her buff. She has red buff, right? So we know her top side's gone. So, technically, we knew her red buff was gone anyway because we don't see it on the map. But, you know. And then you also want to be counting their CS to see how their CS improve. Because they get 4 CS per jungle camp. So, if you see them go up 4, they clear the camp. If you see them go up 3, they probably clear the side. Oh, yeah. So we're going to lose Dragon here. But honestly, there's just not much I can do about it. I don't know why I'm getting back pinged. I legitimately cannot just run down there and make that Dragon work for me, huh? I don't know what Camille's saying. She has blocky letters, so... I had to go around the long way. Fortunately, I think I really realized that. Oh, I don't have red. I flashed thinking I had red buff. I did not have red buff. Flash, though. Is that ignite? No ignite. Rough. If I have red buff, that would have been going. It must have just wore off because it's 2.5 minutes here. Yeah, that was my bad. I'm gonna come back. Okay. I mean, yeah. So at this point, we really need to go back and get that Blood Razor. We attack really slow and whatnot. Though now that top lane's gone, we might have some priority for this. Yeah, we don't have any Ravenous stacks. I wish she would have waited a little bit and given me an assist there. That would have been really handy. Or rather, waited less, I suppose. But anyway, we see Elise bottom. You know, one day I'm going to get good at tracking junglers, and I'll share my knowledge with all of you guys. I'll share my knowledge with all of you guys. Owie, I actually did damage. I didn't know Rift Herald Cleave did damage. Alright, I really, really want to go back. I really want to get rid of this. I need to get the attack speed. I attack too slowly. In fact, I'm not even going to get boots. I just want to attack fast. That's all I want, guys. Alright, so let's go ahead and run up and grab ourselves our camps. I mean, Vladimir so the thinking here is, like, Vladimir wants us to gank, and I'm not against it. Aurelia has no flash now, and Vladimir is doing pretty good, and Aurelia has proven that she's not that smart, right? So we can actually run up the top lane, gank it, and then clear downwards afterwards, because there is a good chance that she might try to dive this. But now that Camille's coming top, our chance is probably gone because there's probably a ward or something. Also, if Aurelia ends up backing and she doesn't have teleport, we can just push it with the rift. Okay. Okay, she's gonna try and jump that guy. I want to wait for this because I'm really... Oh, I think I just got spotted by a minion. Rip. I really want to take down this tower. And I think we can dive her. We both do damage to the tower here. Or we both do run ability. Malphite might R. But honestly, even if Malphite R's, it's not a big deal for me. I really wish that Vladimir took aggro a little bit earlier there, but that ended up working out really well for us. I'm pretty happy with that. Hopefully it really doesn't port in, because that's going to be problematic. I think we can take her, though, honestly. Vladimir thinks so, too. I like it. I like it. Like, me and Vladimir are buddies. Yeah, I didn't actually intend to save that pot for so long. But the thing is meditate heals you to lower you are, so saving the pot's not a bad idea. Alright, that's, this is a really effective dive. I'm glad I decided to go to the top side instead of going bottom into top. I actually felt like there was a decent chance of ganking that, so I went for it, and it worked out. It worked out really well for me. I'm really happy about that. Is these level 1? These are still level 1. Alright, I'm getting out of here. Actually, he doesn't have ult, and I have a Highlander. I could actually kill that guy. I could kill him, but he has to, like, step out, so I don't think he will. I would like to go down and get my red buff now, so I'm just gonna go ahead and back. So I actually have a question here that'll be relevant towards the video. Somebody asked if it is worth going defensive tree for the increased heals, and no, I don't really think it's worth it. I think that the problem with Master Yi runes is you're basically stuck with Ravenous Hunter. Like, no matter what, in your tree, you have to get domination, right? So if you end up going, you're going to end up going Hail of Blades if you want to go, like, domination into something else. And even then, the Resolve tree is not that good. I should have bought these, by the way. But, yeah. The Malphite's coming as well, and he's probably going to ult, and we're just going to hope we don't get cocooned. Well, on the side note, we can probably more easily gather ourselves we can gather ourselves our Yunzus more quickly now. All part of my plan, guys. All a part of my plan. Yeah, so I don't think you necessarily have to always go for the yellow tree, the Conqueror tree. You can go like Hail of Blades as your primary tree and grab Ravenous Hunter from that. And then in the secondary tree, if you're not going Conqueror in your secondary tree, there's one other choice, which would in that case be Nimbus Cloak. So right now, Nimbus Cloak is a really powerful rune that Mashi doesn't really utilize well because he's stuck running Conqueror and Ravenous Hunter. But if you really want to run Nimbus Cloak, I recommend going like Hail of Blades Nimbus Cloak. Because I think Conqueror is really not that important. Like, for example, I have 47 healing on my Conqueror, right? And you get... The important part about Conqueror, though, is that extra AD that you're grabbing. Hey, look at this. Perfect amount that we don't need to go buy boots. Yeah. So, I think Conqueror is still the best rune for Yi. But if you are willing to change your runes, you should definitely go for the Ravenous Hunter in your main tree and grab Nimbus Cloak in your secondary tree. Because the only other keystone that you can really use that isn't in the Precision tree is the Hail of Blades. I mean, Glacial Augment might be interesting. Like, don't get me wrong, I think Glacial Augment could definitely be interesting. I'm not sure why Ashe is here. Thank you, Ashe. Oh, she's gonna give me her lane too. What a guy. That's what I like to see right here. Yeah, I was down to just clear the jungle. Actually, it looks like my team cleared my jungle. Did I clear my jungle? I might be losing my mind here. I guess I did. I thought I... Oh, that was a while ago. I was like, I thought I ganked for Vladimir and I left my jungle. I guess I cleared it, huh? Yeah, totally lost my head. But anyway, I tried some games with Mastery with Glacial Augment. And honestly, while Glacial Augment isn't like super like optimal, it's definitely not a rune that I super hated to have, right? Like I don't really combine it with Blade and Rune King because I don't think Blade and Rune King is terribly good on me right now, but definitely just the auto slow from the Glacial Augment is pretty good, and you also get the extra move speed when moving towards slow targets, right? So you get a lot out of it, and you get the 10 extra movement speed from the boots. So the Glacial Augment build is definitely very good for those kind of things. So yeah, as you can see here, I kind of lost a little bit of my train of thought here. We're just split pushing, trying to get as much farm as possible. Our team's in a pretty good spot. We are now in the lead in kills. This game was very, very fair up until like just now, right? Because their kills are very close. They have a Tide in Dragons. They were pretty good in towers. So it's not like this game's a total stomp here. This is kind of how I would approach this game. My team's doing okay, but I'm getting 2 towers here, right? We're getting stuff out of this. And let's say that somebody decides they want to stop me, right? At the end of the day, I should be able to 1v1 everybody. After you get Gunsu's Rage Blade, as long as you get it before like 20 minutes, you can typically 1v1 everybody that isn't fed out of their minds. And even fed people, depending on who they are, you can take them out as well. Like if I saw fed Darius, I would totally whoop on him. Fed Irelia, I'd whoop on her. Fed Fiora, maybe not. Alright, so I'm still just keeping the pressure on this lane. Ashe is taking my red, which is kind of unfortunate, but since I'm on this side of the map anyway, you can't be greedy. Right? You can't expect to get everything just because, you know, you're a decently fed G. So I'm just kind of giving that away there the best I can. Shit. I got him now. Ooh. Oh, that's a Lucian? I thought that was Senna. That's a pay-to-win skin there, guys. Alright, so now we actually have the Minion Hunter Mastery thing. So we probably don't want to like farm anymore. We probably just want to get Dragon now and farm our jungle. Yeah, once you get this little mastery here, so the Monster Hunter happens whenever most of your farm is from lanes instead of jungle. So when that happens, you want to stop taking the lanes and give them to your laners until 20 minutes. It'll go away after 20 minutes. But I am just going to go for that dragon. I'll go for the dragon and I'll start my clear. That's kind of my idea there.
An enemy has been slain.
Alright, let's go get that dragon.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Alright. Kind of zoned out a little bit there. Sorry, it's a long walk to that dragon. I had no thoughts in my head for that. So I'm going to go back and start trying to clear this jungle a bit while we wait for 20 minutes. I'd like to hit the top side and leave the Krugs down here because Krugs take a while to kill. And we want to be near Baron. Though, to be honest, until we get Wits End, we can't really solo Baron. We only have 3 out of 5 Ravenous stacks too, so even after we get Wits End, it's still going to be a little rough, but... Alright. So Baron is spawning. I don't have Wits End. I mean, I'm down to like bum rushes. If we rush this fast enough, the enemy might not even notice. Like, that's the beauty about Master Yi, is he's a beast at rushing barons, right? I'm gonna use highlighter for this. Thanks for the leaf. Ooh. Wow, they are really tanky, huh? Ooh, I do damage. I do damage. Alright, this game's looking about over. I think we did a good job in general. Once we got the Baron, that pretty much secured the game. I'm expecting the enemy to go ahead and surrender off of this one. Though, depending on the region you're in, they just might not surrender, right? They might have actually tried to surrender at 19 and it failed, so maybe we'll see a surrender soon or we'll just end it. Do I have Rift? Okay, for some reason I thought I have Rift Arrow. But yeah. Alright, so this was not too terrible. Really, we managed to swing the direction of the game with those early ganks. Again, something that I'm really interested in learning more about personally for myself is tracking the enemy jungler. I think it's a really good skill to have. It's something I'm not terribly good at, especially... I'm not going to blame my streaming for it, but it's totally my stream chat's fault. Because I'm always reading chat instead of tracking the jungler. But yeah, that's something everybody should work on. Just want you guys to know that. Alright, so let's go ahead and... Oh, we had the Rift. Wait, they had the Rift? I thought we had the Rift. Alright. GG. And that right there is how you do it. So let's go ahead and take a look at the graphs at the end. I know the graphs are something people really like to take a look at. So let's go ahead and take a look here. So typically, I talk about this pretty much every game. Master Yi, the damage on Master Yi to champions is not important. What's important is your damage to objectives. So you can see here, my damage to champions is not so good. But I did snowball early to get that Vladimir ahead, which kind of rolled him into this, right? All we have to do is have our presence, our ability to tank towers, to apply pressure to the lane. We don't actually have to do damage to make situations like that happen. Now, if we take a look at the damage to objectives, of course, Master Yi stomps out everybody. But our team actually did not do too terribly there. So I'm quite happy with them, right? So overall, that's just kind of how it went. You can say that, oh, you got carried or whatever, but you got to remember that you are the one that gets that person ahead that carries you, right? You get him dragons, you apply pressure around the map so he doesn't get ganked. You apply pressure in his lane so he can get a little bit more fed. The circle of life, cause and effect. That's how it all works. So, until next time, my friends, have a wonderful night, wonderful day, whatever it is for you out there.